How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Resolve Blind. Even though this is the second episode that's going to be not technically blind, because we lost the audio for this episode and the previous one. But we will be wrapping up this case today, so let's get it. The box wasn't empty. What? There was something in it?
Yes. My favorite piece of string. This rather nice key.
Okay. What are you doing with that?
The Discord thing just clipped your voice immediately, so it's like,
What the? Calm down, you freak.
Every ounce of color has drained from his face.
Yeah, and you made my ears bleed. Give it here! Give it to me now! It's mine! I inherited it!
Give it to me now.
What was that, witness? What did you just say? You inherited it. No, What's all this about? He inherited that key?
It was obviously important to you since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it, so I took it because you's a bitch.
Alright, well, so we can add burglary to
I know,
crimes.
for real, you're really digging yourself a hole.
I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you, and now I'm going to take your life. So, what if it means you can't open something now? I don't care.
Give it back this minute! Give it to me!
He's like, you whore.
Calm yourself, witness. So Mr. Shakespeare has tried, and in one case succeeded, to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shakespeare, at first. But considering everything we know now, I think there is actually something that could explain it. What?
Grr.
I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal, everything we've seen and heard. Because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all of these events. In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present evidence to the court in support of your claim. What is it that you say can explain the motivation for Mr. Shakespeare's alleged crimes?
Nothing.
Alright, so it's obviously connected to that key, so I would assume it was this.
Probably.
Because I think it says he left something in that lodge. Yeah, 1,000 pounds
Yeah,
of worth
witnessed
of loot.
only.
And he
Jesus
wanted,
Christ.
I remember he wanted that lodge because of this.
Take that!
That's an official police report, is it not? The Selden file. How did you get a hold of that? Selden? Who the hell what the fuck kind of name is that?
So shocked his accent fucking fell off.
The sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Natsume have only one thing linking them.
BD.
Ross BD. For those old heads who know that reference, that was from like an Ace Attorney skit from like 16 years ago now from Machinima.
Yes.
So for those of you who know,
very old.
let us know, because that's like old time.
Yeah, let us know down in the comments if you know who Roasted Black Dinosaur is.
Yeah, Ross VD from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Bullshit Evolved. The videos are still up, but it's like reposts, so it's not the original.
God, that's so old.
The fact that they had lodgings in the same room. Well, yes, we know this, certainly. Fucking, if you were paying attention at all. The room that was formerly occupied by Selden.
Your Honor, if you speak to me like that again, I will cry.
Until that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries.
Scotland Yard.
I see.
Every time I hear Scotland Yard, I just think of the Professor Layton series.
I think of Inspector Chelney.
Yeah, me too. Like, I think about it that way every single time.
Yeah. And it so happens that the
Scotland
convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died. The some 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he stole, which as yet remains to be found. Ah, yes, of course. It's coming back to me now. It's written in this file here. 1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That was how the papers summed it up. And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. The location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. That was supposed to be me.
You made this keys.
Yeah, dumbass. Mr. Shanspeare, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? It is a false charge, I tell you, a false charge. The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file, but a simple telegram to the prison where he died will quickly tell us how false the charge really is.
Yeah, telegram that shit then.
But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings? There's only one explanation for that, my lord. He's a fucking idiot. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. And he didn't just think to break in. Instead, he decided to kill them.
And I killed everyone that was inside.
It all comes out. Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shanspeare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense. When he was let out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garredup's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice. Because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross. Which is why Mr. Shadspere subsequently devised this gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching it to the newly vacant room. However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. Mr. Sosuke Natsume, the defendant of this case no less. So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shanspeare? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and avaricious reason. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict.
Lamau. Freeze frame.
Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch me neck.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Listen, I want you to have me loot. Anything to stop the coppers getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where I was lodging when they got me. Here, this is the key to it. Take it.
Or else.
Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in hell, I guess. Fuck me, Shakespeare. I'm boned.
Oh, fuck.
I can't do this anymore.
This isn't even my real voice.
It's mine. Eh? What did he just say?
What the hell is a smine?
It's mine. That loot is mine.
Take a chill pill. I don't like that at all. It's so freaky.
Mr. Shanspeare? It's
Oh,
all
crash
lies.
out.
I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? This
They're
dude's
like,
cracked. If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me. For the time being, anyway. Verily, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? Damn!
I guess I would freak out like that too if... Damn! I guess I would
That's
freak out
so
like that too if I
close.
knew I was gonna fucking die.
Yeah, I just need a few more hours. I think I got too much of a dosage of that gas, guys.
Shake those
I
ships,
swore to
Shakira.
myself that I'd get my hands on it,
Ships?
and
Shake
I can
those
almost taste it now. I didn't even know what you said.
I was trying to say shake those hips, Shakira, and instead I said shake those ships, Shakira.
Shake those ships.
Shake those
Do you
ships.
really think I'd just give up?
Oh my god.
There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty as shit, through and through. Get him out of here.
But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot.
And by the gas.
Yeah, what the frick is wrong with this guy? I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Because he's clinically insane? Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a way.
Pardon?
Brainwashing. There's
What?
one way I can finish him.
No!
Yes. He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is find it first. A fine plan. Were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly fucking searched the room following the fucking death of fucking Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed. Without conclusive
Doubt.
evidence, I certainly cannot rule. I doubt.
Doubt.
Oh.
If only this dude had a fucking brain! If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly.
This is the final piece in this complex puzzle. But I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may have... Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where this loot is hidden. My lord. What?
What?
Yes, counsel? The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. Did we check his blood? I believe we've already in possession of something that could give us a clue about his
Oh my
whereabouts.
god! My drink almost came out my nose. You were like, did we check his butt? And I was like, ugh.
It's our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. Very well then, counsel. Let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict's haul? Well, let's see.
Handprints on the wall. That was the one,
You sure?
I think. Oh, wait, hold on. I think so.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure actually, because the hands on the wall implies that there's something that can come off the wall, I think,
Okay.
was what it said the last time, unless there's a floorboard picture.
I think, yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
Take that!
If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Shakespeare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings.
I'm so smart.
That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene.
And I'm just here,
You
based
are.
on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes.
A great
Bitch.
detective? Is that some kind of a joke?
Why do you look like handsome Squidward?
Is that some kind of a joke?
Is that some
Do
kind
you
of
really
joke?
think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? Okay, Shakespeare.
You just muted me, so shut the fuck up.
Well, I should think the great bard ought to recognize the title when he hears one, Mr. Shakespeare.
Who the fuck? Oh.
Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title.
He's like, get out!
It is Sherlock Holmes himself.
Get out!
Doing here, great detective. Your usual haunts are of the filthy backstreets of the capital, are they not?
Did you just call me filthy?
No, Mr. Reaper, it's been far too long. God, you're still an asshole. No, I see your complexion is worsened since we last met. Mr. Sholmes. He does know
What's up,
what
big
forensics
boy?
then. Well, I'd have to say something like that in any case. Mr. Sholmes, though you may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come and go in my court as you see fit.
If I may, my lord.
No.
Okay. Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already.
Clues, you say? I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. You need only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicated solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup you have been holding. Elementary. Huh.
Elementary.
So now, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes? What am I to use as a sample to make the indicated solution this time? Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. Don't get used to it. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Mr. Soski's room. We need a sample to help locate Selden's loot that's hidden in his old room. What form will the sample take? Probably a purse? No. Well, let's see. If we do evidence, what will we present? If we want to find
The
Selden's loot, it would
tea?
probably be something that
Oh, wait, no,
Selden
I'm an idiot.
touched.
No, the gas meter, I think? Right?
Maybe?
Or the picture where he has his handprints all up in there? What is the picture of? Like, what is he putting his hands on? Just the wall?
Yeah, I was just on a wall. Alright, for evidence, we'll try... Actually... No, if we don't have a profile for him, so that won't work. Alright, I guess we'll try evidence. We will need a particular piece of evidence in order to create the indicator solution. Indeed, and you got the piece of evidence in question? Yes, I believe so. Upon my word, Miss Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular item is the one in question? What piece of evidence do you propose that we use to help find Selden's loot? Unless... Alright, I guess we could try this first, and then maybe the police report after?
Take that!
Have a look at this!
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm able to ascertain. You have very little confidence in your choice.
Yep.
What? Why would you think that? Well, dear fellow, you're an idiot. Once again, there's no mystery. Did you really believe that the minute deflection of your left eye would escape my attention? But... I asked you to look at the evidence, not my eye.
I think you're an idiot. You need to reconsider this from the start, Mr. Naruhodo.
I feel as though she's studying my left eye. Alright, so maybe it's a person then.
Yeah.
Because she said reconsider from the start. Look at the loot
Well,
that's
who
in
would
the
we
wheel.
take a...
We will need something of
Sample
Selden's in order to Oh, okay, never mind. Well, we'll need something of Selden's in order to create the indicator solution to find this loot. Alright, so then it has to be the key. Because I would assume the key probably has his fingerprints.
Yeah.
And something the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listening to the courtroom. Okay, so it's still a piece of evidence. We're just
Wow,
presenting
yeah,
a
they
profile.
really just fucking spelled it out for us.
Oh my word, Miss Dodo, your reasoning is great. So, try.
Take that!
Miss Green.
What? Me? What do you want with me?
Why is Shakespeare looking like that?
Oh my god, he looks so scary. I thought that was his ass for a second.
The key
big
around your
circle.
neck, if you please.
My hand around your neck, if you please. Sorry?
You got ears?
Oh my god.
That key belonged to Selden.
He's like, give it to me.
There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on the surface that we can use.
Shakespeare literally looks like a feral animal.
He does. Very true.
Give it to
That
me.
is the sample we need. Using it, we can recreate the indicator solution required for Mr.
Mr.
Sham's
Shithead's shit.
the skin print seeker. And find out
Yay.
exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent. Mr. Shakespeare, as one great to another, I assure you you're an idiot. The light convict's hole and sin somewhere in his former lodgings. I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. So, Mr. Shakespeare, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth.
Watch me.
I'm scared.
Give me the key.
In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key.
No! Give the key to me! The detective shan't have it!
I can't hear you. I don't have ears.
It's over, Mr. Shakespeare. No. No! You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Whoa. Oh, shameful spear! Despair! By thy name! Where'd the confetti come from and where did Miss Green go?
Yeah, where did Miss Green is getting away?
She turned into the confetti. No.
Someone fucking stop her. She's already down the hall. Where'd your hat go?
I never intended to kill the man. I just did.
Meant to mildly wound him.
I just wanted to drive him out of the room, that's all. So you'd have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods. Well, how'd that work out for you, big boy?
I should have
Never
just
call me
asked
that
him.
again. Yet after you killed the young man, you still didn't move to the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why?
I don't know.
I was 3 months behind with the rent, for one thing. Mr. Garrett really has had a lot to put up with. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease.
Poor Mr. Natsume. What an unfortunate timing.
Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road, when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance, but it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day.
And if I remember rightly, Mr. Sham spent the whole day in there reading books.
I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the fucking loot. Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would
That
lead
action
you
is
into a deadly
cringe.
trap. What do you want?
I was just looking at you.
William Shakespeare.
How does it go? To be or not to be? That is the question.
That someone asked one point in time. From Shakespeare's
For this one
Hamlet.
guy, I don't fucking know his name. Will?
Act 3, Scene 1.
This is my moment, so please shut the fuck up. Well, let
It looks
me
like
tell
she's looking
you,
at Von Zings right now.
I know.
Not him.
in your case, it's not to be.
I bet she thought that sounded real fucking cool
I
in
would
her
have
head.
been, I would have been pissed.
I know.
Like, shut the hell up.
That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done.
Well, you're
Kill
also going to
yourself.
jail, so.
Yeah, I know. This is crazy.
You deserve to get stabbed in the back, and I'm glad you're going to jail on top of it.
Well, you're just straight up dying. At least I get to go to jail.
Oh. I just shotted.
Fuck me.
Oh my god. Alright. You're going to jail.
At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died. Donkey Wonky, Mr.
The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The
You
gas?
sound incredibly normal compared to me. The gas supply.
Yes. The stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason. I frankly don't know what I see in you, because your voice is atrocious.
I do ASMR. That's no joke.
They say it's the convict's curse.
Oh, Duncan, please, don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is.
I'm a cheap ass, so.
I'm a cheap ass. What can I
Alright then.
say?
If it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place.
Right after I die.
There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight?
No, I better not. We said that we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember?
What's the fucking taboo here about you guys dating?
I have no idea.
But that was the last time we ever spoke because, you know, he died. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. My gas. If only I'd known it was going to happen, I would have insisted he'd left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school. But something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road.
Well, you know, wasn't really much of a loss that you stopped going to school, because I doubt it would have helped you anyway.
Damn. Damn.
I saw a stooped Eastern-looking man with a moustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up to the road to... Oh my fucking god. He walked up the road
To Grub's Grubbery for some fucking food, so I followed him.
and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup, and I started to pick a quarrel with the publican.
That place is cursed, I tell you, cursed! The ghost of that convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me. I wake up in the middle of the night, freezing because the stove had gone out. The room is full of gas, and I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked. No problem there. It's like, I'm the problem. That's what they're thinking.
You're never a problem, sus.
But how could that be? Oh, never mind, that's her.
Oh.
Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse?
No.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that story's solved.
Then I remembered a rumour I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
The bees. A rumor?
bees.
Ah, you mean?
Yes, everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes.
How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
I'm embarrassed now. That's when it started.
Look at me when you're talking.
I'm shy. A little flicker of doubt at the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though?
No.
Once I'd had the idea, it wouldn't have left me alone. It plagued me all day and night. So I bought this poison at one of the black markets in the East End.
A black market?
I'd never been. I'd just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you can think of there. I bought this permanent tear on my face. It's beautiful.
I love
In
it.
some ways, love it. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident, or was it murder?
Well, we know your whole deal wasn't an accident.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with, and wait.
Why are we smearing so many things?
Mr. Shamspeare was innocent, nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. Sam,
Up on the box.
you're very short.
I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shamspeare. And then I wrote him this little note. Bazinga. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross.
That was the first noise he made when we met.
That was the first noise he made and the last noise he made. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 PM on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance.
Utmost importance by ass.
Yeah. If he'd done it, I knew that would worry him enough, so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked. It fucking didn't.
Of course, Mr. Shakespeare followed the instructions to the letter.
I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away. So I smeared a good amount of poison I'd bought all around the mouth of my mouth, and then my mouth freaking all the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't actually be done and that this was just some fucking wild fantasy.
Wild!
Wild, dude. Actually, no.
Everything I just said was a lie.
Actually, just forget about everything I just said. Who am I? I don't even know who I am. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done and that the culprit would just get his desserts. Fucking that was not the line.
He'll get some dessert.
He'll get some really good pie. I
hate
love
my
pie.
job.
I love pie.
Now are you crying
Pie
for?
too.
Damn, she's a freaking attempted murderer.
Who said that? I'll kill you.
My throat just made the most horrid fucking noise.
Horrid. 3 days ago, when you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward. Yes, my lord, you fucking assholes. I certainly never imagined the depths of the depravity that would subsequently find lurking behind the scenes. It's been a long road, my Nipponese friend. Oh, yes. And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you. Did you say envision me?
No, he's too fancy.
Nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green, guilty.
Well, yes, my lord.
You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shakespeare.
Damn. Yes, I freaking know.
Good. And you, Mr. Shakespeare, will fucking subject you to firing squad.
Oh
You will
my
be tried for
God.
the murder of Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Soski Natsume here present.
Not the firing squad.
Huh, you get the firing squad. Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry about that. Yes?
Am I gonna die?
Probably.
Yesterday, at the hospital, when you and your friend stopped me from,
Killing yourself? Yeah.
yeah.
From ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle, the rat sleeper aid?
The rat sleeper aid.
I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind other than the rat sleeper aid.
Getting mouth to mouth with the rat.
I really wanted to be a rat. To be or not to be, I suppose.
And a
You
lot of
rat.
Shakespeare undertones in this case.
I know.
That's a question so hard to answer, it seems.
Yeah, obviously.
Amateur.
Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green. I'm contractually obligated to say that.
As a lawyer in this.
Oh,
I need to keep up my standing with the masses, so. And I'd like to believe that it's a blessing that Mr. Shakespeare didn't die when he ingested the poison. I guess. For your sake, at the very least. Because he would have been put to death if he actually died.
that's crazy.
And now she's a beautiful angel.
Because of you, I chose life, not death.
Good for you.
And now you've made the truth come out at last.
Yeah, after many months of recording.
After many months of being trapped in this courtroom.
Amen. Really, I can't thank you enough.
Atone.
Even though I'm going to fucking jail. Oh, Miss Green.
Who cares? Mr. Soski Natsume. Yes, my lord? The court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter again. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty. If you don't, you're an idiot. We're in full agreement, my lord. Good. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant not
Not
guilty. Yay. We get to see this a second time.
Yay, yippee.
Now get out of my courtroom. Oh, not yet. Court is adjourned. Now you can get out. I have to say the magic words. Alright, Luke.
23rd February, 3:24 p.m. The Old Bailey. Defendants, anti-champion.
Jamia.
Sounded French. Anti-champion.
Yes, yes, at last. Divine justice duly done. You're still alive. Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would shave that mustache. Get
Damn.
rid of it. There's a
Feels
fucking
bad.
animal on your face. No, this has nothing to do with my mustache.
I think it has everything to do with your mustache. Some say that a luxuriant mustache is the sign of physical prowess, Mr. Scholz.
Look up, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Once again, you saved me from doom. I'm very happy to have been able to help Mr. Natsume. God, this case took way too long. Congratulations on your acquittal. You're second in almost many days. I was first acquainted with and gained affection for English literature within our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar and British people became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you?
So, what, a week ago now? I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not? You did. And I've seen more of life in this week than in all my years to date. And for the first time, I feel I've begun to see Begun? I feel I've begun to see the true face of English that's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of fog. My dear fellow, there's nothing special about the true face of the English as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine differences. Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live. Well said. I kind of feel the same way. I made a decision too. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan. What?
Just when we've become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings, it really does. But I've decided I'd like to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose. A novel.
Oh my, so you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume? How wonderful.
Oh, well, no. I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature. Why not? Well, that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache. I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I've no delusions of grandeur.
I, for one, do.
Would love to read your work.
Well, all things considered, it might be for the best. After all, we've once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper. That's very true. He's gonna die.
Oh God.
And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor.
The desire to return post haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
My goodness, yes, faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
Except for me.
But that's not why I'm leaving. I mean it. Objection. Oh, I thought there was going to be something after that.
I did too.
And that was the case that we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. Sosuke-san did indeed return to Japan and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit the scholar. And barely any time later, Susato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well, on the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial on the following day. The day that we uncovered the loot hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings.
That's still so crazy.
Yeah.
Former convict.
24th February, 10:13 a.m., Mr. Natsume's room.
Holy crap.
Oh, well done, Mr. Sholmes. How simply marvelous
Oh my god, it's marvelous of you. How marvelous.
to uncover the secret hiding place in just one day.
Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes? As I believe I told you, my dear fellows, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson? Oh my god.
How about thee?
Grexy's been happily munching in agreement this whole time, you know, Haley?
Really?
Happily? He looks fucking pissed. I think perhaps humorously might be closer to the truth.
So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling. And what's in it? What exactly is the loot? Let us look then, if you're ready. Let us examine the burglar's hole. A bomb.
It's just
What
a
the-
sticky note that says, "Joke's on you."
What is that? The manuscript of the B-movie?
Ooh, what?
It,
Why is it covered in blood?
It looks to be like some sort of neckband or collar.
a collar? It's huge though.
Baller.
Baller.
And look at all the gemstones in it. I can see why it was claimed to be worth £1,000. Perhaps I could have it as a belt. Oh, have you noticed on the inside there? There's some freaking blood. There's some dark stains.
Grape juice. You don't think they could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it. Balls.
On second thoughts, perhaps I won't have it as a belt. Then of course there's this emblem here. A large letter B and a small crown.
What does it
Yeah, I'm
signify?
stumped, I don't know. Oh, I hadn't noticed that. I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? Where could it have been?
That's enough of that, I think.
What the fuck?
What's the matter with Mr. Shams? All the color is straight from his face. Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, oughtn't you? Could be valuable evidence, after all. Must be kept safely under lock and key. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Get your
but
grubby
yeah.
hands off that show, what? And hand it over, now.
Okay, sick. I've never seen a collar that large before. And all those jewels certainly look to be extremely valuable. But that's not what stood out the most to me. At least not once I noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar. Those stains. Could they really have been blood? But
What?
why?
But why?
Why are you taking up
Why
a
was
third
it
of
like
the
one
screen?
word? But why?
But why?
But why?
Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? But it's all buttoned up now.
Yeah, it was really funny. There was like
That was
two
really
murders and an
funny.
attempted murder.
Yeah, and then someone died.
And you look very. Why was I starting to turn British? Twice. And you look very pleased, Iris. Very.
Too much time in England.
I am, because I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis of this month's story in the magazine. But this case will be perfect. It's been so fascinating.
You're talking about the latest installment of Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
The mystery of the knife in the mist, and the mustached man in the convict's curse, perhaps.
And the secret of the color.
The secret of the color.
I could make it a two-part story. That sounds like shit. Oh, I can't wait.
I won't be buying.
I won't be buying that.
A word, please, Iris.
Uh-oh.
The fuck did I do? Yes? What is it, Hurley?
I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question. I have to hurl
What do
you
you
now.
mean?
What? Why not? It's a great case.
Because it's mid.
Aye.
Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your two titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear?
Whatever.
Yes.
Good.
Or else I'll end you.
And so it was that the second
Oh,
of
shit.
Soseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity. Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen.
And it happened.
For it
I love
wasn't until
Ryunosuke's
2
voice.
months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again, with an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
I'm so excited for this case.
Yeah, I know.
Because I heard this is like where their story really like ramps up.
Me too.
Alright, we'll be back in blind territory. End.
Woo! End. Fin. Duh end.
Duh end.
Duh end. No, no, just kidding. Dun, dun.
Don't pay attention to the dates, guys.
Yeah, don't look at that too much. God, I'm paying attention to the dates.
Yeah, 2024.
Jesus Christ, it's crazy.
Alright, so that wraps up that case in this episode.
Nice.
So, as always, if you all enjoyed and want to show some love and support for the series and the channel, you know what to do. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll meet you guys back here for when we start episode 3, The Return of the Great Departed Soul.
Me you.
See you guys next time.